Hey, so I sat down tonight to do some work and kind of, I don't know, figure out like who's my ideal client? What does my audience look like? And some really fucking awesome shit came up. And I thought like, well, I want to share it with you all. And then I thought I should probably tell you a little about me and who I am as a tarot reader, who I am as a person. And so here we are. I am Blue Moon Oracle, also known as Deborah. And I am a healer, an energy healer, and I'm also what I like to call a shadow witch. So a little bit about what all that is. An oracle is someone who gives counsel, oftentimes prophetic, which comes from spirit, from whatever the hell's out there, okay? And that comes from direct communication I can't even begin to say that I know exactly what's out there because I really don't. But I do communicate with whatever the hell's out there. We'll talk about that in other videos. It's pretty fucking awesome. It is a form of divination. Sometimes I get the messages through tarot. Sometimes I just get the messages. A healer, I do energy healing. I'm able to do so remotely because I am high risk, so I don't do like face-to-face stuff, but I'm able to do energy work over video like this. I can do it over a phone conversation. I can do it through Messenger, and use the energy work in conjunction with all the modalities of healing that we'll do, and we'll kind of talk about that in a minute. And then as far as being a shadow witch, so I help people get in touch with their shadow. So when I talk about shadow, I'm talking about Jungian shadow work is one way to look at it. And I can't hit, I'm sick of recording this. I was going to stop it and re-record it because I'm like, was I going down the right path with that? But I'm not. So another thing about me is that I cuss a lot. So if you're going to watch me, you might not want to have the kids around. And if you are sensitive to that stuff, then I'm probably not the one for you. Because I'm not going to fucking stop cussing. It's just who I am. So it's part of who I am, and I like it, and I'm not getting rid of it. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So shadow work is like getting in touch with side of yourself that's repressed. Oftentimes it's a part of yourself that, you're not proud of, or, does shit that like, I don't know, you'd rather not take ownership for. It also can be a part of you that has some repressed talents. And I use the tarot to do that. I call myself a witch because, well, I am a witch. And it's something that has changed my life. And you don't have to be a witch to do shadow work with me. In fact, you don't even have to believe in any kind of deities or any kind of spirit to benefit from the work of tarot. Your higher self communicates. And to be quite frank, I don't even really know how the hell this works. It just fucking works, and it's awesome. So a little bit about my background and what got me into this is I have complex PTSD. It comes from repetitive abuse in which a person cannot escape. So someone who's been kidnapped, someone who's been held prisoner of war for a long time, or someone like who is a child and who has been trapped by their parents and suffered a lot of abuse ongoing. So my abuse began, unfortunately, in infancy, and I've suffered all kinds of abuse growing up in my family. And, I'll talk freely about it, but I don't need to get into it right now. Because of that, I have been on a journey of recovery for as long as I can remember, honestly. I got sober 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago, 10 years in May. I'm an alcoholic. I'm in recovery. I've been in therapy I've been in therapy off and on for 20 something years. And in fact, the first therapist I saw told me that there was like literally no hope for me, that I would go from shitty relationship to shitty relationship, suicide attempt after suicide attempt, and psych ward to psych ward. And I'm glad that I didn't follow through with what I wanted to do after that session. So there are people who should not be in the profession of helping people. Anyway, thankful, not with her anymore. Been with a great therapist for going on 11 years. And I see a psychiatrist, I take medication. And I've had incremental progress over the years. I've gotten better. Each relationship that I've been in has been less fucked up than the one before. I've gotten less fucked up over the years. And not for anything, I just wasn't satisfied with like being in one, I don't know, in one shitty relationship that's after another that was just less shitty than the one before. It's just so many like things happened that led me to this place. Anyway, I ended up ordering a tarot deck and I got introduced to shadow work and I met one of my shadow selves. I've got a couple of them. You probably do too. And it's been a journey of facing cognitive dissonance and breaking through self-deception, breaking patterns of behavior that I have been stuck in for I don't know how many fucking years, man. It's been liberating. It's been painful. It's been freeing. It's been fun. It's been scary. I've had the most progress than I've ever had. I wish I had found out about this a decade ago, but I didn't, and but I found out about it now, and this is why I feel compelled to share it with the world. I am somebody who feels very strongly that all modalities of healing, and in fact, I will share it later, but I have a message from angels. I don't know why I laugh when I say that, but it really was angels. It came in my dream about the importance of, using all modalities of healing, and how if you are seeing a healer and she says you don't need to see a therapist, or she says you or he does not need to see a psychiatrist, fucking drop them, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And that's dangerous. We have real world problems, and we are spiritual beings having a human experience in a human body. And a lot of healers aren't trauma informed. And I'm grateful for the therapist that I have, because she is supportive of Eastern modalities of healing. She is supportive of the esoteric. And so combined together, it has been a phenomenal experience for me. And so that's what's led me here and finding my life's purpose and healing. Yeah. So I want to talk about the cards that came up for like my ideal client, my ideal audience. So right now I am working with clients for tarot, and I do readings. I do want to do the shadow work, and that's like my favorite, but I can do everything else, and I love it too, because not everyone has to deal or wants to deal or needs to deal with a dark aspect of themselves. Some people may just want to change jobs, and some people may want to check out this new dude they met. Some people may want to know if they should be moving to Idaho. I don't know. I can help you out with that too. I can schedule an appointment, and we can do readings for those kinds of things too. The tarot is great for guidance and for getting out kind of outside of here, and then getting a broader perspective and inviting in some clarity and guidance. For me, reading tarot, asking the right questions is super fucking important. I don't do yes or no questions. We're going to find a different way to ask the question. We're going to get some clarity and some guidance so that you're able to make the best decision possible. We'll look at outcomes, potential outcomes, but the future can change. So we're not going to be scared when we see anything in this deck either, because we have the power to control our future and our destiny. These are tools to help us get there and to warn us or to encourage us. And then also they're kind enough to say, hey, you can try this to avoid this. Or if you want this, you should do X, Y, and Z. And it's a great tool for that too. I do energy healing as well. I think I talked about that. So I am scheduling those kinds of things, but I'm also working on a plan to do live readings and energy sessions. One of the things that's important to me as a healer is to be able to teach you how to heal yourself, because we all have an innate ability to heal ourselves. And some of this stuff, you may not want to share with another person. Some of this stuff, look, I've needed help. I've done most of my healing on myself, and I have been taught how to heal by spirit guides. And one in particular, her name is Diodata, and she started teaching me in a dream, and then as I woke up, she stayed with me. And so everything I've learned how to do, I've learned from whatever the fuck's out there. I really haven't asked too many questions because I kind of don't want to know. Anyway, one thing that was told to me by them is that it's like, yes, I'm here to help you get started not to be your guru forever, not to be a crutch, not to be a god to you, but to help you get your footing. And there, like I said, there's things I've had to call other people in to help me, because there's certain things I couldn't get to myself, or I needed additional energy to help remove some of the stuff that needed to come out. Okay. Let's see what else. The way that I also work too is I can be direct. I mean, I come from a place of love, and I noticed, cause like I did some live readings, that I can be like so into it. And then I'm like telling you all this stuff. And I'm like, all right, okay, on to the next one. I don't mean to do that. Like, I don't know. I think I'm just like, oh, also my dogs are going to bark in the background. I have 3 big dogs. I have 3 children. One's at home. The other 2 are adults. And this is rude. He just comes in here and starts talking, and he might jump in front of the camera, and he'll tell you it's because he's a Leo, and he can't help it. He likes to be the center of attention. What else? Oh, and I'll tell you beforehand, like what deck I'm using, and I'll tell you a little bit about the way that the deck and I work together. And so this deck that I'm using to describe my ideal customer or my audience, or the people who would benefit most from either following me, working with me, watching. I know what else I forgot to say. I'm going to be using, and I use personally, the cycles of the moon. We are made of 60% water. The moon affects people. What do you think the word lunatic came from? Lunar. So it literally scientifically does have an effect on us. And I have found through my own work that I might have to pause this because he might just barge in here like I just warned you. I have found that just giving some structure to the work that I'm doing helps, and then following the cycles of the moon and the different energies that work with it have been really beneficial. So as I do readings, they're going to kind of go along with the cycles of the moon. I'll also do some plan to do like readings for singles and for married couples. I'm working out what that looks like, in a kind of a plan for like the month and social media calendars. And I also welcome feedback on what you all want. And as long as it kind of fits within the scope of what I feel my purpose is and how I can help the collective, we'll figure out a way to make it happen for you. Okay, so the deck that I'm using for my ideal customer is the Darkwood Tarot by Sarah Graham. And so I started off doing my shadow work just using Rider-Waite deck, and I didn't know how to read tarot at that point. I just looked up meanings and struggled, and it would take me hours to figure stuff out because I didn't trust myself. And then a friend of mine, I sent her out to pick me out a deck because I just couldn't decide. So she got me this deck, and this deck really helped. It's follows Rider-Waite, and I can intuit it as Rider-Waite. I can intuit it based on this. And then she has some additional meanings in the book that I've worked with so much.
Can we go back out for a little bit? Sorry. Can we go back outside for a little bit?
No.
What?
I think he might even argue with me while I'm on the phone with you. I'm not on the phone with you. Whatever. I am technically on the phone, I guess. Anyway, so I'm going to I use this deck because this is, I'm a shadow witch, I'm a shadow worker. And so that's basically like my main thing, what I love. And so anyway, I asked the cards to tell me who's going to benefit the most from following me, from working with me, from that kind of stuff, and kind of like, I don't know, see what the cards wanted to tell me. So I was super stoked about what I saw. And I'm like, y'all are bad motherfuckers. And I thought, I gotta share this with them. But I did pull the cards already. I didn't do clarifiers or anything on them. And then even the shadow cards underneath were incredible. I don't know how to work this, but I'll let you take a look at the cards that came up. And then you'll see my messy desk. But I'll just go over them real quick, and then I'm gonna talk about them. So we got the Ace of Wands, the Devil reverse, Judgment, the Emperor, the Chariot. We've got the Queen of Swords. She was in reverse. The Two of Cups in reverse, and Temperance in reverse. And then the 2 shadow cards that were on the bottom of the deck, the Magician and the Page of Pentacles. So I'm like, fucking A. I can't wait to work with y'all. So I guess I'll just jump into the reading and talk about the kind of people that are just going to, work best with me, and the kind of reader that I am. And, I don't know why I'm feeling so. Oh God. Okay, so the first card we have, and I don't know what deck I'm going to use to clarify yet, and I love using clarifiers, especially because, like, this is just, like, collectively overall. I don't know. I like getting clarification. I like intuiting first, and then I like seeing if there's anything else to add. But, so one of the characteristics and the type of people that are going to be, like, benefit from following me and booking with me and working with me are going to be people who, you know, are starting a new cycle in their life, who have a desire to start a new cycle. This is an Ace of Wands, and aces are about new beginnings and starting something new. But this is the Ace of Wands, and wands are about, in this deck especially, an awakening, spiritual experience. It doesn't have to be, I want you all to know that when I use the word spiritual experience, I use it interchangeably with like a transformation and an awakening. And that can happen without any kind of spirituality whatsoever. I fully support, like, it's possible, and I know it works, and I do it. And, you know, because anyway, so that's an interchangeable word for me, like an awakening, an aha moment. So I've got to learn how to do the lighting on this. I'm working on this like I'm new, okay? This is somebody who knows they have better in their life. They have dormant power. Like, so knows that, like, there's something missing and that they're not, like, at their fullest potential. There's something kind of churning inside of them, okay? Yeah. Okay. I feel like shit. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I don't know what deck I'm gonna fucking use. I'm gonna just go with my regular Rider-Waite because it's my buddy. So tell me a little bit more about this Ace of Wands. You know, I don't think I even need to do that. It's about spiritual transformation, but it's about just having fire, just something going on in there, and some kind of, and especially with the rest of the cards in here, because if I look at them like all together, yeah, it's like a fire burning, like something needs to change, something new. You're inspired to do something. And then the next card that comes up is the Devil in reverse. This is a major arcana card. So, and all these cards, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards. And I shuffle my deck. I just let them jump. You'll see that eventually. So we have 8 cards, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are major arcana cards. And one is an ace, one is a court card. I mean, these are like, so what this tells me about the ideal person who's going to benefit from following me, from working with me, is going to be somebody who's like at some pivotal points in their life. So major arcana cards are about karmic expression. They're about archetypal themes in a person's life. They're about transformation, leveling up. And so the Devil card is somebody who is got a lot of repressed stuff, a lot of stuff they know that needs to be dealt with. And this is about, the Devil reverse is about, I'm not getting, and typically it's about like a resisting transformation, but I'm not getting that from this. What I'm getting is someone who has tried this before, and maybe in other ways, and has had some progress. But in this deck, she talks about someone who dealing with false narratives we create, and I'm all about, for me, it's like breaking through cognitive dissonance, and figuring out what the fuck am I missing, right? This person has some repressed self-hatred, self-anger, lots of repressed stuff deep in there, some shame, buried shame, trauma. Doesn't have to always be trauma, but I don't really fucking know anybody who hasn't had some traumatic shit happen to them. This person has an inner child that is just like fucking shit up. fucking shit up. My inner child went buck fucking wild. Temper tantrums and all kinds of stuff. God love her. I do love her now. I didn't for a while. Someone who's ready to face their devils. Another major arcana card to describe you and me, how we'll work together, the kind of person who's going to get the most out of this. I mean, you can still watch it and we can still work together. These are my ideal people. Like people who are going to be like fucking like this. I'm like, I see you, man. I fucking feel you, man. People who are seeking transformation. This is judgment. And in this judgment card, it is a vampire who's got us, okay? This is somebody who knows what they're capable of, but has just been struggling to reach that place, who's just not fulfilling their fullest potential. This follows the death. It's later on in the death card, but death teaches us, life is temporal. This says to us that we're ready to learn, ready to find out who you are. You're ready to level up, so to speak. You know what you're capable of, and like you can no longer resist the call and no longer deal with like life as it is. And he's singing and yelling in there. Another thing that drove me to this point of no fucking return is being locked in the house with my kid since March. This is somebody who's just got this is somebody who's got the ramifications of their choices, their life. A record that something's got to give. Another major arcana card is the Emperor. Something that this is too is like, dude, nothing's gonna ever be the same once you get on this fucking journey, man. Like, and those of you who are on it, like nothing's gonna be the same. That's what this card is saying. Nothing's ever gonna be the same. Just nothing's gonna be the same. You're about to this is about transcending. This is about leveling up. This is about heeding the call to fulfill your life's fucking purpose, your fucking soul's destiny on earth. Whatever the hell that means. But it still means, you know what it means? It means being happy. It means being free from that heaviness and that misery. And even if you're not that, like, okay, you know what? I'm not even going to sugarcoat this shit. You know how you really feel on the inside. I don't give a fuck. People look at me and they don't see what I came from, but the people in my circle know what's really was going on in here. And then never pushed everybody away. Because I spent my life just like trying to like find ways to make myself safe. And eventually I realized I couldn't pick fucking safe people to be around. So I just pushed everybody away, and COVID gave me an excuse to cut them all out. Nothing's ever going to be the same. The Emperor. The Emperor is Aries energy, and Aries energy is all about structure and discipline and determination. And this is about someone who, this is about mastering self and self-control. And this is about taking all those brilliant, creative ideas you have in your head. So I also believe that because we all have the Empress in us, right? That's that creative part of us that has all these fucking brilliant ideas and, starts those projects. And then the Emperor is a part of us that structures things and brings order to things and helps them fucking come to fruition. Well, he's the builder and the protector internally. And so those of you who have maybe looked for protectors outside of yourself are going to be fucking finding some solutions working here with me in the cards. And those of you who have had major great ideas but just lacked the ability to follow through. Hi. I'm your sister. We're fam. This guy is master of his domain. He's about order and structure, and results are seen with this guy. This is you on top of your game, getting shit done. Yeah, I wasn't this person. I mean, there was a time that I was this person, and then shit just fucking, I don't know what happened. We'll talk about it over time as you get to know me. I don't want to like overwhelm you with all my shit. This is somebody who wants to build a solid foundation that cannot be, and then a house on that solid foundation. This is the number 4. 4 is all about stability. Stability, solid. Think about four legs under a table. Okay, it's a masculine energy, masculine number. But it's also consists of feminine energy, the number 2, twice. It's also got the, I can go into number. Oh, it's another thing too. I love numerology. And so I'll talk about numbers, and I'll talk a lot about chakra systems because I am a healer. So that's always going to be worked into my tarot readings. And I'm going to teach as I go through this because that's just who I fucking am. I can't help it. So yeah, this is about building a firm foundation and then the house on it that can stay standing no matter what life throws at them. This is somebody who can put up boundaries and keep them in place, but is flexible enough to throw them out when they no longer fucking serve them anymore. This is somebody who is able to be flexible but firm and helps get shit done. I need this motherfucker in my life. We got another major arcana card. Dude, look, let me just show you how I shuffle, just so you know that this is so fucking random. I just said, show me a little bit about the ideal clients that I have that are for me. And see how that card just jumped out. That's how I did these. Ooh, so I got another card. Just might as well take it. So all this means is this is 7 of Wands. So this is somebody, 7s are about being at a crossroad. 7s are about being on a fact-finding mission. Somebody who's seeking truth. It's a spiritual number, but when I say spiritual, I get member in, it's interchangeable with someone kind of figuring out what's going on up here, right? Getting to the bottom of things. And this person is seemingly fighting off a bunch of shit. And these are wands again, so that kind of goes with this. So what this tells me is that those of you who are going to benefit working with me or following me as a reader online, which I'll get a YouTube channel up eventually. I'm working on it next week. I think it'll be fully functioning, hopefully with like a week. But in the meantime, I'll be on Facebook doing this shit with my crappy lighting. So what this tells me is that those of you who have been doing this kind of spiritual awakening, so you've started it already, and then you get to this place, right? And I did this for fucking years. My spiritual awakening journey started 20-something years ago. And then this happens, right? Something pops up, throws you off, or things start going good and you slack. Anyway, life happens here. And then what comes after this is 8. So 8 is a karmic number. And so sometimes like some of you kind of have been here before and you get stuck and then you fucking start all over again after there's a mess or after there's just like things don't go the way you wanted it to or they're not turning out the way that you want it to. So you've been stuck in this cycle, right? And not able to get further and transcend to this level. I'm your girl. You're mine. All right, then we got the Chariot. It's hard, my cards. It's Cancer. It's another major arcana card. So again, these, those of y'all who are like seriously doing life, like seriously trying to figure out the fuck is going on. And have been trying. This is people who want to, this is the archetype of the heroine or the hero. And this card means victory. And in this deck, it's an eagle. And it's like getting behind the wheel and knowing your destination and fucking driving there. And actually like making it there. So this is what's going to kind of like part of what will come from working together is going to be able to like help you get that bird's eye view, like get out of that, like that tunnel vision, right? Like, and then come up and see that balance up here. And this is, and being able to see the bigger picture. The chariot overall is about balance and self-control and self-discipline. This is about broadening your sense of self, broadening your experiences, getting outside of your comfort zone. Why do we call it our comfort zone? Because it's so fucking uncomfortable anyway. But there's comfort in pain. There's comfort in suffering when that's what we're fucking used to. This is about losing the fear of the unknown, because the unknown, we just talked about like this 7, being stuck here. And then the 8 is this karmic pattern of like, I'm doing great on this spiritual path and I'm fucking rocking, and then I meet a dude or a chick, and then I get in this relationship, and then I forget about what I was doing, and then it goes to shit, and then I'm starting all over again. So I don't ever get to this place, We're talking about, when I say unknown, I'm talking about life outside of those patterns. And that might not be your pattern. That seriously might not be your pattern. But you know what I'm talking about. You know what your pattern is. I don't know yet. I will know when I start reading your cards. I don't know yet. But we're talking about the unknown being outside of the norm. And getting rid of that fear of the unknown. This is about alignment with your soul's purpose. These are people who want this. This is about success, drive, attainment. I had to take notes because there's some fucking good cards. I wanted to make sure I got all the shit in here. I don't usually do that, but y'all are important to me. Getting this out there was important to me. This is selenite. It's not very expensive. I think I spent $7 plus tax on Amazon. But selenite, I bought it because it helps with this third eye. But I discovered, this is how I love the way that the metaphysical world works, is like I end up being attracted to something, not men, not yet. I'm still working on that one, and it ends up being good for me. This is good for sleep and calming anxiety. So sometimes I'll literally just like lay it on my chest, or I'll put it on my back. But it helps like healing the skeletal system and spine. It literally works for actual physical pain. You can put it on the spot that hurts, and after a few seconds, maybe a minute or so, like there'll be some pain. It's also great for energy healing. And through the course of time, I'm going to teach you how to use stuff like this. So, yeah. So I do this sometimes to clear my. And it's also great for clearing energy around you. Like if you're feeling like overwhelmed or like stressed out, you can just kind of wave it around in front of you. It's called selenite. Okay, so a little bit more about who's going to benefit from working with me the most. I mean, I don't know, ideal client, ideal customer, ideal follower, kind of reader I am, kind of shit I'm going to be probably dealing with. Is this upside down Queen of Swords? Upright, she is witty and charming and articulate, and she's got these butterflies that symbolize transformation, and she is detached in a healthy way emotionally and able to think logically and with her intuition, and she is not like overwhelmed, led by her emotions. So this is on a good day. This is what she is. But I got this card upside down. So what this tells me is that I got this also with this card separate, but kind of close to it. So I'm going to kind of read them in 2 different ways. I think there's some dual meanings here. So when she's like this in this deck, she is really critical of herself. She's got a lot of unrealistic expectations of herself, and she's kind of mean to herself. And yeah, I can be her. So I can be a little like, she can be judgy. But it's only really because she really is a super hardcore judge on herself. And so working together, we're going to be able to turn this around this way. Also, I think that, this card has 2 meanings as well in this reading right now, is that, some of us, the people who have a pattern of this relationship right here, it's male or female, doesn't matter. This is a facet of our personality. We all have a masculine and feminine side, traits. Even if we're non-binary, we still have, and this is the way these traits are categorized. I would love to find a new way to categorize them. It'd be fucking awesome. But there are certain traits associated in psychology with either side, and that's kind of how it's talked about in the esoteric world. Although they are inherently human traits, because all of us have these traits. So we all have a Queen of Swords inside of us. But in this relationship dynamic here, she would be more narcissistic. He would be more narcissistic. So this is also somebody who has a relationship pattern. And in this relationship pattern, there is this tendency to get involved in relationships, romantic, friendship, or, staying close in a familial relationship where there is constant rejection, like a push-pull, like I love you, I hate you, I love you, I hate you. Narcissistic abuse, narcissistic patterns here. With relationships, with friends, with coworkers, with whatever. So somebody who's got a pattern like this in their life is really going to benefit from this kind of work, and working with me and the tarot. Also, this has to do with someone who's had the worst of both of my parents are gone. So I feel like I can freely talk about it because they can, honestly, they can. I'm never going to push forgiveness. I'm not going to push forgiveness ever. We're talking about the cards. I'm talking about healing inside, but I will never push forgiveness. That's between you and whomever you work with. I'm feeling anger towards them for the first time in my life, and that's part of my healing process. Anyway, this is a really mean mom. A really fucking abusive mom. Okay, so this card by itself, the Two of Cups reversed is how it came up in this deck. So again, talking about the kind of people that are going to benefit from this kind of work. What the fuck is going on here? Yeah, I'm middle-aged. Sometimes outside of this ring of light, I can really see it. I love it. I love it. I have to say it. I love it. I love you, forehead wrinkle. I love you. I love you. I love being middle-aged. See, sometimes affirmations, you just got to keep fucking saying them. And eventually, they start to feel true. Okay, back to this and away from my vanity. The Two of Cups reversed. Again, I talked about a pattern of loving something or someone that doesn't love you back. Rejection, abandonment issues. But also being unfulfilled. Like with work, with what you're doing for work. This is finding attraction, but not like romantic. Honestly, okay. So this could be about finding your soulmate and the right soulmate. So I'm Italian. And so my ancestors, when they would do love spells, we would use, they use basil in a love spell. But for a different reason. They use basil in love spells and attraction spells to help process trauma through the Sacred Heart, because they knew that once that trauma was processed, you would attract a better quality of person, right? So if you're wanting to attract a better quality of person or a different type of person and break these patterns, and for you, this is a soulmate or a healthy, loving, romantic relationship, doing this kind of work is going to bring that into your life. It will. I have to be honest, right now I don't want anybody. Right now I'm still healing, but that is something that I do want in the future. I would love to know what it's like to be with somebody who's like fucking healthy and I'm fucking healthy and we have a healthy, fucking awesome relationship. I would like to know what that's like. But mostly what this is about is finding wholeness. So there's a lot of people that talk about like this twin flame thing. And one thing you're not going to get from me is bullshit when it comes to relationships. I'm not going to bullshit you. I care about you too much. I don't need your money that bad to fucking lie to you. So, the purpose of a twin flames is believed that like you share a chakra system. And so everybody's like, and it's a super fucking intense relationship when you meet. It's like better than drugs. And it's always destructive and crazy. That's because you share this system. And like the purpose of it is to find yourself, to find wholeness within yourself. So that's what this card means. This is about finding wholeness within yourself. And so even if you're wanting a loving soulmate type relationship, I won't use the word twin flames. That's not for life. Soulmate, I don't want a soulmate. I just want somebody that, that's right for me. The universe has, right? It doesn't have to be a fucking soulmate. I don't need that kind of intensity in my life. I've had enough intensity in my life. But you can, and I support you, and I will help, and the cards will figure it out together. But my point is, if you find yourself just not satisfied and happy with life, then, overall, this work's going to help you figure out the fuck it is. Breaking through cognitive dissonance. Breaking through cognitive dissonance. This motherfucker right here is the one blocking shit. Blocking you, blocking me, blocking you from seeing the reality that we create. This motherfucker is the one that helps us create this false narrative that we truly believe. Gotta get rid of this guy. Ask him to step aside. It is Angel of Light. He is the Angel of Light. So we're gonna bring light into the situation. And then the final card of what this ideal person looks like is Temperance reversed. This is somebody who wants to transcend the duality and this separateness. Again, that just piggybacks on this with this duality, finding wholeness. I mean, dark and light, masculine, feminine, however you want to look at that. This is somebody who is trying to find balance within. The archetype of Temperance is complexity. So you're complex. You're complex. If you're complex, you're my person. I'm your person. This is somebody who has great talent when it's like this, that's just not used. And one of the other, this Ace of Wands, we talked about, no, shit, where did it go? I do this constantly. I will go through them. I mean, that's what this very first card is about, tapping into that. And this person has untapped talent, but creative blocks, creative confusion even. This is somebody who wants to transcend their duality and just fully integrate self. And some of you may not understand what that means, and that's okay, but there are those of you who completely get what I'm saying. You're going to get benefit from this work too. The ability, I love this, the ability to greet the dichotomy of life and stay balanced. What the fuck? Yeah. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the cards. I'm going to share what Spirit gives me. And I'm also going to share my life experiences because I've been through some fucking shit. And I've been in therapy a long time. I'm not a professional. I am a professional for this, but I'm not like a mental health professional. So I'm always going to refer you to your doctors. I'll share things that work for me. I'll share herbs or whatever the fuck I use, but I'm always going to tell you, check with your doctor first. I'm always going to encourage you to get into therapy. I'm going to encourage you to see a psychiatrist if you need to. There's no reason to really majorly suffer if that's going to help you. I'm working to try to get together a list of therapists, at least here locally. And I know that eventually my goal would be to have a list of therapists nationwide that support the esoteric and support Eastern modalities of healing, because together they're a fucking powerhouse. And people like me can really, transcend. Yeah, so be expecting videos soon. I'm working on a schedule and what that looks like. But if you do want to book with me, you can shoot a DM on the page to schedule a reading. I do all kinds of readings. If you want to schedule an energy session, we can do that as well. I don't know what the fuck else I was going to say. My tarot readings do include, if needed, some energy work. I'll talk to you about crystals and how they can help. My job is to share what I have learned with you to help in, your liberation, and to just walk this journey and be as authentic as possible. It's just something that I'm going to do, is just be as real as fuck as I can. And as I can, because, I'm still breaking through my own cognitive dissonance here and there. I don't know when that fucking ends, if it ever does. I'm also just... Oh, did I even show you this at the bottom of the deck? The shadow of this deck. I look at the bottom of the deck sometimes to see, okay, what's the overall? What is the, what's kind of like, I guess in this context, since I'm like, I'm also going to smoke sometimes, so don't look at me. What is the, shadow of the deck? What is really driving underneath this? And who are these? Who are you all? Who are you all? Who are you? Because this is actually who I am too. This is who I am. But this is who are you all? And you all are the magician, which is the archetype of magic and sorcery. And so just talk about magic. Magic is about manifesting. Magic is about creating the life that you want. Magic is about charisma and purposeful work. Magic is about asserting your will over self. The ability to realize your full potential and having clear and concise goals and using all of the tools. I mean, for me, the tools I use are all of these tools. I use earth, air, wind. I mean, why did I say wind? Earth, air, fire, water, spirit. But I also use tools like my therapist and my psychiatrist. And making sure I hydrate and fucking with trying to get back on a sleep schedule so that, you know. But anyway, it's about realizing that all the magic in the world resides in you, and that you have all the tools that you need to be successful. And yeah, the Page of Pentacles. This is a youthful curiosity. This is being open-minded. This is being dedicated to the task. Pentacles are all about the earth, and they're about, you know, meeting our base primal needs, like for security and safety, using our time and resources. I mean, yeah, they're about money, but like in this particular situation, like really honestly, you know, I can have all the money in the world, but if I don't feel safe, if I don't feel secure, if I don't, you know, have trust of self, like what the fuck could, I mean, honestly, if I have, I'm not gonna have all the kind of money if I don't have all these things too, let's be honest here. This card is saying, you know, you have everything that you need at your fingertips. Trust what you see, and the solution is at hand. More is on the way. Have fun, be kind to yourself. Progress is slow and steady, but this is about being an apprentice. This is about focusing on tasks and studying and learning and growing and being dedicated. These are our earth signs. These are our Taurus and our Virgo and our Capricorns, and they are known for being like a disciplined and steady and you know, slow and steady wins the race kind of thing, but also curiosity. This is what this is a young person. So this is like the way to approach this situation is with wonderment and curiosity and just a new experience. This is the card number 1 in the major arcana. You know, come at this with a fresh perspective. What you think you know about any of this, you know, discard it and start fresh together. I'm looking really forward to getting to work with you and to get to know you and to grow with you. To hear from you and what works for you and what has worked for you, because like I don't have like all the fucking answers. It's not like they talk to me all day long. And I still have my human filter, like, you know what I mean? Like I want to know what your guides are telling you. I want to know what you're getting. I want to know what dreams you're having, you know, and I want to know what's worked for you in shadow work. Like as I heal and set myself free, it helps set you heal and set yourself free. And as you do the work, you help set the collective free, you know? And, you know, the main thing that, like, one of the things I really liked is that Temperance card, you know, hidden gifts and talents. Like, I'm called to heal healers. You know, I'm called to heal healers. And all of us have that ability to heal. And that ability surfaces as we clear this garbage out of us. And I can't wait to see what talents you have hidden, what gifts that they will emerge as you energetically, physically and energetically clear away, you know, we have this saying in recovery, the wreckage, you know, of your past. And hey, you've been doing the work. I am not saying you haven't been doing the work. I've been in therapy for fucking years, and I have worked my ass off, and I have got better, and I have grown tremendously. But shadow work in the tarot has just fucking taken it to another level. Look up Jungian shadow work. Look up healing the anima and the animus. And let's fucking do this, man. I'm going to work on getting some videos together for the new moon. So again, I'm going to try to follow the phases of the moon. That's where I'm going with this. So I'm going to work on getting new moon and Capricorn videos up. And we're going to talk about setting intentions for what we want to bring into our lives. So be thinking about that. And shit, I'm just excited. I also need some help with how to close this shit out. I get stuck right here. I don't know what the fuck to do. I need something like, I need a tagline or something. I don't know. Till next time. Let's see, I can't. I mean, in the first videos I kept doing like this. Like, what the fuck is that about? Like, I can't. Also, this is a judgment-free zone. Okay? I want to smoke, I want to smoke. You want to smoke, you smoke. If I cuss, you cuss. You know. I love y'all. And, yeah. Signing out from Tennessee.